Okay, so I'm ready to move on to my next step. Now, I usually put like a cream or something under here and it fills out the eye bags, but I'm really just going through some basics today. I'm running over to Nanny's and taking some things over to her. It's not a lot of things. So I'm using my pure foundation powder, pressed powder, I guess it is, just so you can see the difference from when I didn't have anything on to when I have this foundation on. And I haven't bothered to shave or anything, so it's like, it's just what it is. Sometimes we have these things to deal with where we have more facial hair on than we would like or any of those things, but who cares? We are who we are. We have what we have to deal with, and you just make the most and have fun with it. So that's the basic foundation right there. That's all I do. Just put the powder on that way. So that is one thing done. But again, see, like you can see where, my eye circles are different. So maybe I will try and do something about those. Let's see, what have I got for that? There's something around here. So let's see. I'm gonna pull out my NYX, and I'm just gonna put it right there. And I'm gonna put it right there. And I'm going to paint it around this little brush. Because I have no idea. Oh, that does make a bit of a difference, doesn't it? See, you don't know what's going to make a difference till you try it. And sometimes, you want to put more work into things. Sometimes, like you go, I don't have time or I don't have the desire or inclination. I don't have all the products, like so what? Right? Because that really does make a difference. I'm actually a bit surprised by that. So I'm going to put a little bit more of my pure foundation under here. Blend that out. Wow. Who knew? I guess all makeup artists would know that. Right? But yeah. Wow. So little things can make a huge difference. And that's just what we've discovered. So now I think I'm going to go on and do a little bit more contouring with my contouring palette. So just to see what difference that makes. So I'm going to go in with this color here. I don't think I want to do like insanely dark. And let's see about putting that into some of these areas like that. Versus, I don't know if I'm doing this right or not. For me, I've been playing around with some things, and I find if I just kind of subtly introduce things, it works better than if I try to make big, bold lines or anything. So that's just how I do this. I am sure there are people that are going to say, no, there's better ways to do that. And I am sure there are. I am, I have no doubt in my mind that there are better, easier, more productive, more effective ways to do things that like look a lot better than what I do because I've just been, playing around as I go. Let's see. I'm going to try and take a little of this shiny. Yes. Let's see if we can see how shiny. See how shiny that is? Like it's super shiny. Okay, let's take off some of this. And I'm going to go in with this shade that I put on my cheeks and see if I can do some contouring. Like, these are all things I don't normally do much of. But they do make a difference. If I can learn how to use them effectively, it will really help. But in the meantime, it's just me trying to not look like I just, made myself have a dirty nose. And I'm going to try and use my Beauty Blender, which I've used a couple of times, to see if I can get that to blend. That's the word I would work. Ooh, who knew that one could use a Beauty Blender to blend? See, in that way it just leaves a little sheen and not. See, I know sometimes I'm using it where I'm kind of wiping things away, and other times I'm using it where I'm just pushing them in, and the pushing them in is supposed to be the right way to do it. But sometimes I find I put too much product on in an area, so I end up kind of pushing it around and lifting some of it off. But there we go. That's the basics of that. So when we come back, we'll move on to another thing.